Yo, everybody, what's up? It's your boy back at it again with another NoiseVember challenge. This time, I have to apologize for something. I did not record the no- the videos for the NoiseVember challenges days 6 through 9 because laws of physics or something. Truth be told, I was making a lot of videos and I wasn't able to, I guess, sit through and edit all of them in time. So instead, I'm just gonna do a couple of videos of each November. I'm gonna get all the sound audio samples done, like all of them for every day, and I'll just make a little compilation of it at the end, so you guys can tune in and not have to sit through so many minutes of me editing sound design stuff. And we'll do some fun ones in a shorter time because today I'm just gonna make a short, quick video for today's NoiseVember challenge because today's topic is gonna be about a particular sound that I don't think needs 30 minutes to be spent on, but who knows. It is a, oh wow, I am having a very hard time getting into this. November month sheet. Today's NoiseVember challenge will be on tickling. Yes, that's right, the good old tickle sound effect. What do you think it sounds like? I don't know, but I'm gonna do what I think it sounds like. So let's get her started. I don't think I'm gonna be needing anything else uh, to use other than this one object in my room that I will use as my instrument, and it is a little bracelet made out of beads. This was a gift from a friend, and it's really cool. It has beads, and I think it's going to be really great at accomplishing this tickle sound effect for today. And that's about it. I'm just going to do a cheap Foley day, put some effects on it. Let's see how it sounds, and we'll do it in, as I mentioned before, 15 minutes. So if we can get the timer started for this, let's get her going. Where's the timer? Silly timer, silly timer. All right, everybody. Here we go. NoiseVember Challenge, day 11. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. So now I did that, I'm gonna go to my track here and I'm gonna enable record, and I'm just gonna do a direct monitor out so I can actually hear what it sounds like as I'm playing with this. And yeah, let's just see how this first take goes. All right. Okay, cool. So that was a sound, and that sound sounded like a bunch of beads being rattled. Okay, cool. So I was just like grabbing two edges of them and rubbing them against each other, but this time I'm gonna pull it out so that way the beads are isolated and then just flick them from the rope. So we're gonna do that right now. Never mind, we're not going to do that right now because I did not set this second audio track to input 1. All right. So we're going to be, oh, pause video, enabling now. Okay, great. And then we're going to do one other recording of these beats, and that will be me just kind of like hovering them in my palm. It's like this one trick they taught me where you can like have them kind of rub each other. But I'm going to try that, and I'm going to get like some smooth little like blemishes. All right, cool. So here we go. Okay, great. So those are gonna be our 3 sounds today, and we're just gonna well, I'm gonna listen back to it and find some good moments to put for this tickle. What I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna warp or have these be warped to a high pitch. So before I do that, I'm just gonna make a duplicate copy, and then this copy is where I'm gonna be doing all the effects and stuff. So that's how I'm gonna manage my workstation here. So for this copy, we can just create a locator that says edit 1 just for convenience sake, and then let's just listen to it. After I pitch shift it to, let's do an octave. I'm curious. Yeah, it kind of has like a little tickle feeling. Okay, cool. Let's cut this part out. Yeah, all right. Cool. And then, yeah, let's get these like softer landing hits so we'll get a little bit of variation between the two frequency. Okay, and then what's this? Ooh, I kind of like these just short blips. So we'll do that one. We'll do that one. That can go there, and then we'll do that one. Cool, cool. All right, let's keep going. And then that'll be the last set. Okay, great. So I want to check these guys out, especially these two. I like that. So what if I go into here and then I warp these a little bit more? And then I'll warp this like a little. Yeah, I think -12 was fine where it was at. Oh, no, I meant 12. And then, okay, cool. Let's see if we can bring an EQ here to where I get a little bit of like that higher like hits. So, okay, what if I did this high pass only? Okay, what about this? What if we did a little bell? That's kind of tickly. Okay, these are kind of like sharp hits. Okay, I kind of like that. I'll keep that for now. Let's mute and then let's work on this edit. Okay, cool. We also got some high frequency content here. Let's put you there. Yeah, I don't want to sound too beady. Kind of like this small hit. Okay. Okay, I like this onwards. And okay. Okay, I didn't like this middle part here. Okay, we're at 7 minutes. All right. I think those were the sounds I liked. Let's go here. Actually, yeah. There we go. So all of them should be not warped. Okay, cool. And then we'll pitch shift this. Yeah. And then we'll put a little EQ. Not this EQ, just a EQ8, and then we'll see if we can do another high pass. Little cut. To 12. Yeah, I really like that hit here. That little like beep. Okay, and then we'll do this 12. Okay. And then this is an interesting method of making tickling sounds, but I'm sure it will be a unique one that I will discover myself to whether work or not work. Right now, we're just scavenging the 7 C's of sound design to see if we can find the treasure that is a good tickle sound prop. Okay, I didn't hear a bump just now. Okay, cool. That sounds a-okay for now. And then let's do the final one. This is, I believe, like just circling. Okay. So first off, deleting that. Let's keep going. Just trying to get all the moments where I did not hit the mic. We can do a little fade. Actually, you guys are going to hate me, but I think I'm going to do some cutting here or some fades to see if I can get like some. No, a little bit too late. Yeah, have it more consistent. Yeah, I can hear my hand move here. I know it sounds weird, but I just hear like just some thuds. Like skin. I'm hearing like skin here. That's not really what I want to hear when I'm getting tickled. Well, maybe actually that will help give the tickleness some impact if it's hitting like some skinny object, but I don't think I want to do like skin sounds. Like maybe have my skin be rubbed? Interesting. Anyways, let's just get this last part because I don't want to think about this too much. Move it to the front here. And then we'll just do one of these fades. All right. And then let's see what happens if we just did an EQ8 and got this less. Yeah, we don't want that. Actually, put like, bring this up. I could. Okay, this is an interesting curve, but I think there's a reason. I think I'm gonna slowly find the reason for this. Just gonna warp all these and then put it to 12. No, let's put it to 4. 32. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was aiming for. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, so we're gonna just put these in like little blocks in between these heavy hits. I think I'm gonna try to combine something between these two. Okay, yeah, you can kind of go here. Okay, this guy, these guys will line up. Okay, I like these hits. I want to put these hits actually on a separate track. And you guys can kind of go anywhere here. Oh god, anywhere sort of here. Yeah. And then that should be fine. That should be fine. I'll put maybe you before and then you after. No, I want you here actually. And then, okay. Okay, that's kind of something. It kind of sounds, not gonna lie, it does sound like it's scratching like your ear or something. Okay, we're gonna put a compressor because I want these to have like equal level volume, so it's not like too hot. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, there's some thud in here that. Okay, these guys. Oh, no wonder I don't have a freaking audio of the compressor there. Okay. Mm, actually, I kind of liked it without it. Oh, I have soloing it. Okay, now it's time to do all the cool effects. So, for this effect, I'm gonna put like some flanger because I think doing some flanging here is gonna give it some more panning ticklishness because I want to give the feeling of tickle, and what is the best way to tickle your ears than to have it panned. I'm in MIDI effects. My bad. Pitch and modulation, phaser flanger. Yeah, but that's like the cheap way of doing it. So we're gonna do a little bit, and then as this group modulator. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm gonna try Redux, and then maybe just. Oh no! And then a little. Okay. It's kind of way too fast. What if I went like no? Okay, that's not gonna work. Delay, delay, delay. Just a regular delay, maybe here. And make it very quick. Have some feedback, but not a lot. And yeah, something like that. Yeah, maybe turn this guy down. Turn. Wait, can we like maybe? Oh, why is it at 17? What if I did? No. Okay. I don't think that sounded ticklish at all, but we did accomplish a new sound effect that I don't think we've coined here yet. It kind of sounds like a rattlesnake, like kind of rattle. If I'm thinking, it does sound like something's rattling, which doesn't necessitate it sounding like scratching. But I guess that's just my view of this. If I had to change some things about it, I think what I will do is take off the redux. So now we get kind of those high sounds back. I kind of want to shift all of this to be like either to go faster. And if there was an effect, I guess it would be a pitch and modulation where I can do some shifter. I don't want slow motion. What is wibble? Okay. Can I change? Like, it does kind of tickle your ear, you know? I don't know if people like that, actually. If you don't like the tickle of your ear, then don't. Oh, gosh. Okay, that kind of, like, tickles my ear. What if I let the filter? Ooh. Okay, I'm so sorry. Click off the video now if this is upsetting your ears. But if you don't, if you like getting your ears violated, tune in for the next 5 more seconds while I like play around with these shifters. All of this is like just a standalone effects plugins here in Ableton. So if you just have Ableton Standard, which is what I can afford, I guess, you should try this. Ooh, stereo vibrato. Oh, okay. I didn't like that kind of like shift. Ooh, okay. We're not gonna do the stereo vibrato. What's tape out function? Oh, right. It just fucking slows down. Trill switch? Okay, that is a tickle none like I've ever heard before. I don't like. I don't like that amount. This is so weird. Okay, like this is not an effect you would hear like ever used in a show or something like that. This is like a very, very crazy. What if? Okay, right now the thing that's just bothering me is this thump. I'm gonna get rid of the mid range here. I'm gonna get. I don't know if it's there. Okay. Uh, that's fine. Okay, it's there. I remember I said I did not want an EQ there, but now opinions change, effects were placed. Ideally, I guess all of these would just go back to each other, but well, anyways, I think that's a good way end to this. We made a sound and it sort of sounded like it was the idea of that sound. If I paid somebody $5 off the street, if they can name me what this sounds like, I would be top 50 guess minimum. All right, well, that's it, everybody, for this video. I'm just gonna save it and export it, and my mastering process is the same as all the other videos. You just put a freaking, gosh darn, if I could find it ever, loudness meter or lufs meter, and another loudness lufs meter, which, oops, but I meant to say limiter of some kind. I can afford the good stuff, I guess, at least when it comes to basic limiters, but nothing else, none of the fun ones. Let's see, how is this level? Okay, I don't think it needs to be that loud, but okay, that first one's really good. Something about it is just like, yes, tickle my ear some more. These ones, I think I'm gonna go back to how these were like at 12, and this one was like, oh, not that, like 17ish. This one's fine, and yeah, just put it like right there. Yeah, I think this just needs to turn down, something like that. And then what is this one? Okay, cool. All right, well, that's, we're getting negative 24, 25, and 20. Okay, so like around 28s to 30s. Okay, cool. I can live with that. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to export it. And that will be it for today's challenge. Day number 11. Tickle, you've just been sound designed. That's not going to be the outro. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. See you next time. Peace.